Hello everybody and welcome back to another video for the day. We are heading back into r/AmITheDevil, and if you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you guys have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. Also, if you guys would like to save 10% on your next order of gamer subs, use code Tommy at checkout, or click the link down below. It'll automatically apply the discount to your transaction, and it helps support the channel. Am I the a-hole for mistreating my girlfriend and almost ruining her life with lies that I made up about her? Do you really have to have a whole statement behind this one? So, I am 20F, and I recently found myself in a situation, and I'm honestly at a loss for what to do. After I broke up with my girlfriend, Mari, fake name by the way, I told everyone, including my current girlfriend, a lie that Mari mistreated me and she cheated on me with her classmates, and that she had said a lot of negative stuff about them. I saw an Instagram post of her taking pictures of her graduation, her diploma, and her taking pictures of friends with the caption, "This has been a wonderful year, and I am going to miss you guys." I knew it was a graduation post, but I did not care. And that was proof of her infidelity. I remember my friends and girlfriend asking me what her socials were, and I gave them to her, but I did not expect them to contact her. I must admit, I twisted the narrative to make myself the victim, and made sure that I was the victim of all of it. I did not like that Mari was successful and excelling in her life because I did not pass high school for the 4th time. I remember being so angry that I told my cousins the exact reason why I broke up with her, and they asked my friends what her social media was also. I did not hesitate to give her the info, and they also called Mari names, some including calling her special needs and a little redacted, because she was under 5 foot tall, and so much more than I cannot say because it was negative and harmful. They even went as far as to post their messages with her to other family members, exposing her social media to them. They even tried getting one of their hacker friends to look up where she goes to school and where she lives so that they could get revenge on her for me. My cousins told me that they were ashamed because they started liking her. I wish I could have done better. Looking back now, I realize I was really the selfish one. When her family caught on to this, they saw the text that I sent her, and one of them told me off on Instagram and said how I was very juvenile, and that I do not care about anyone but myself. I should take some time to do some self-reflecting, think about how my words affect others, and I needed to be locked up again for harassment, thinking that I could get away with telling lies about Mari, also doing this while she was admitted to the hospital due to her losing weight rapidly and not being able to put anything into her stomach, making her feel very sick. I forgot to mention that I spent time in jail and was admitted into a mental health institute after the attempted attack on my mother, long story, throughout high school, and I have not graduated. I was supposed to graduate 3 years ago. I got mad at Mari for bringing her family into it. I stood my ground, laughed, and told them that I have someone else now, and moved on. And she should too, like her gaining attention by showing off her graduation photos on Instagram that she posted a few weeks ago. However, there were many times Mari did help me, and when I was down, and helped me with my homework sometimes whenever I needed it. She had a great fashion sense. I did not realize what I lost until it was too late, but through all of that, I felt that I deserved better. I think it dates back to when I thought her physical appearance was not all that. Due to her stature, a lot of people thought that Mari looked young, and mistaked her for being a teenager, although it made her feel uncomfortable to be called a child. Meanwhile, it made me feel inferior because they made me feel like I was older. However, Mari did always pride herself on her appearance. For example, people thought that she was as young as 16 years old, But when they found out that she was 19, they were in shock and asked what her secret was to her youth. I will admit I was very jealous of her. Compared to her, I looked old and sometimes took things like that out on her. As a result, she would stop talking to me for days. One thing I am not proud of is that I knew that I would go too far with my words. Because she would stop talking to me, I would stalk her socials and see what she was doing. One time I saw Mari take a picture with a group of girls. She put it on her story. I felt furious as to why she would post that and asked her, was she cheating on me? And if she felt the need to post girls on her Instagram without my permission, she would go with one of those girls. I saw what I sent her and told me I should see a therapist for my issues and quit lashing out at her because I feel insecure, and I should stop gaslighting her into thinking that what she did was wrong, and I should grow up, touch grass, and leave her alone since I cannot handle if she has a life of her own. She then added, if I do not change my ways, I will not be able to be happy because I'm too busy dragging people down to make myself feel better in order to cover up the pain of my own broken self-worth. And with that, she blocked me. To add fuel to the fire, I cheated on her with my current girlfriend, Destiny, also a fake name. Unfortunately, Mari found out through my friends that I thought that I was closest with, and my friend texted me saying, you know, you could have we were through instead of blaming me for your problems. Then she blocked me. I was very upset that it did not affect her, so I angrily made up a fake Instagram account and told her, this was your fault. I now have someone better, and we could have had a good relationship going if it was not for how you look. I need someone who is more taller and polished than you. I told Destiny the things that I claimed that she did, and she scolded Mari for being a terrible person, saying that the people may think that you are young, but me and my girlfriend are looking at you right now and say that you look very old. She said that she would be a smart age she is. Instead, she looks and acts like as she has special needs, thinking that she is better than us because she is graduating from high school before me and her, and going into a fancy college just to show off. I have to admit that Destiny was pretty harsh for what she said. I did not want to also confess, but Mari is a very smart person and actually got multiple scholarships from a lot of colleges. After the altercation, Destiny told me to block Mari on the fake account. So I did. I admit I felt guilty about what I started. Mari was astonishing. She did not say anything negative about me, my friends, or my family. I made it up because I wanted her to feel like how I always felt every day. I was never a straight-A student like her, and seeing her succeed made me so angry. This is why I am upset. Only half is that I am upset with Destiny. Does not treat me like Mari used to, and my friends know what is going on, but I do not want to admit to them that my Mari did not treat me badly like I said that she did. It feels like I'm fighting against myself. Destiny is very mean towards me, and treats me so very little. Although everyone supported my side, it is disheartening to keep it all in. I never thought that I would have to deal with something like this, but I do not want to be with Destiny. I still think about Mari daily, and I cannot get the feeling that she does not want to see me again after I allowed Destiny, friends, and family to insult her and call her names. I'm torn between wanting to tell them the truth and actually going to a therapist like Mari said that I needed. I do not want to admit that I was wrong about anyone, or they might turn on me more horribly than my ex experienced. So, am I the a-hole? Yes, starting from the title, you very much were. So due to your jealousy, you decided to not only lie, but also stalk and cheat on that person. Yeah, way to go. You're very much earning the Wonderful Scholar of the Year award, huh? Look, this is an envy problem. It's something that very much needs to get called on, and sometimes when people say that you need to get help like a psychiatrist or therapist, they're not saying it to insult you. Sometimes, that actually is a good recommendation. A better way to handle envy and stuff like this is you can turn it into a motivation thing. It's like, alright, that person's doing pretty good. What can I do to be better? Instead of trying to drag them down to yourself because that's all you know. Because dragging somebody down to your own level to try to make yourself feel better just outright ruins things for both of you. Maid of Honor didn't put any effort into my Bachelorette. I'm devastated. I'm having a more low-key wedding of about 100 people in June. We're not doing a bridal party, and originally I wasn't even planning to have a maid of honor. Part of that was because I didn't want to deal with choosing just one person to give that title to, and part of it was because I didn't think that it was necessary. But early in 2024, I changed my mind and talked to my fiance about having just a maid of honor and best man. He has a best friend that he's had for years, and I have had a friend that I've been really close to for about 15 years. There's a ton of background in our friendship that I won't fully get into here, but basically, we talk on the phone almost every day. Sometimes for hours. We are very, very close in that way. We don't see each other much, and I have long accepted that as our norm. Even though we don't have many shared interests in real life, I travel, I'm a foodie, I love wine, she doesn't. But that's never bothered me. She's been loyal and supportive, and our phone connection has always been strong. That being said, we've grown at wildly different paces. I've had to grow up early after losing my mom at 18, so I was doing adult things before most of my friends. Now we are in our early 30s, and all of my close friends, except for her, are living independently, paying bills, working full-time, in long-term relationships, progressing in their careers, traveling, etc. She, the same age as me, and she still lives at home, doesn't pay bills, and works the same part-time job that we met at in our teens, despite having gone to college, and hasn't dated since a breakup over 5 years ago. She doesn't drive, doesn't exercise, and chain smokes. I've gently tried to offer help and encouragement for her over the years, but nothing's ever stuck. She's been seeing the same therapist for 5 years and hasn't made noticeable progresses in any area of her life. Despite this, she is incredibly emotionally intelligent when we talk, and she can analyze complex emotional situations with real insight. So I've always just figured, her life is her business. Until now. I've always wanted a short Bachelorette trip, just a few days, and she had always supported the idea, even before I got engaged. When it came time to plan, it was 5 months before the trip. She was super excited, especially since she hadn't traveled much. I picked a destination that's a major city in a low cost of living country. The flight was the biggest expense, $500. And food and drinks were dirt cheap, and the Airbnb was shockingly affordable. Split 5 ways, we got a 2-floor apartment with a rooftop pool, multiple bedrooms, etc. for 5 days, and each of us paid $200 total. I made it super clear that I wasn't expecting her to plan the whole thing or pay for me. I know there's a tradition of the maid of honor cover things. I didn't want that. I was organizing the logistics, messaging the other girls, booking flights, putting the Airbnb on my card, and coordinating availability. I told her I didn't expect her to plan the whole trip since she isn't a traveler. She asked me what vibe I wanted, and I said maybe 1 or 2 nights of going out, but mostly, I wanted girly, cozy, bachelorette nights in where we could bond. That is why I picked an Airbnb with a huge comfy living room. I was also super mindful that she makes the least amount of money than all of us, so I didn't plan expensive activities. I expected everyone to shell out for her. This was limiting, but she is the maid of honor, so I had to be respectful of this, and I was. That being said, she had at least 5 months to save, and lives with her parents and has no bills to pay for except her phone bill. Also, she has been in other bridal parties before and has gone to local Bachelorette weekend trips away, so she knows what these trips look like. I've seen her Instagram story reposts from them. About 6 weeks before the trip, while on the phone with her, I created a Google itinerary, and I shared it with her, explaining the format and what I was adding, group hours to consider, restaurant ideas, etc. Then, I went on a 3-week vacation with my fiancé and told her that if she saw anything fun, especially from the TikToks about the Bachelorette situation that she was seeing daily on her For You page, that she would tell me about activity ideas, that she would add them, and we'd review them when I got back. When I returned, we were talking on the phone, and I referenced some of the activities that I linked in the Google Sheet. And she said, "Where can I find those?" I said, "The itinerary I shared with you, remember?" She acted like I hadn't sent it, and was like, "Oh yeah, I just found it in my email." So she hadn't opened it once in the 3 weeks that she was away. No, because why would anybody do that on their vacation? A few days before the trip, I asked if I should order any games from Amazon. She got weirdly vague and said, "Well, do what you want to." I said, "I think we should have some games, but the ones I saw seemed kind of lame." She replied, "Yeah, I looked too on Amazon, they weren't that great." So I figured, okay, she got it handled. She's already looked into the games on Amazon and found game ideas elsewhere for us. I also asked if I should bring some coloring books for our nights in, and she asked, "What for?" "Oh, just something fun to do while drinking and chatting." And she said that she could bring her own adult coloring books and markers. Not bridal themed, but better than nothing. Based on her responses, I backed off. I didn't want to come off like I didn't trust her or was overstepping her role. Okay, so now the trip. She brought Shein balloons that spelled bride and made goodie bags, electrolyte packs, makeup wipes, 2-sheet face masks each, and a mini bottle of tequila for each of us. Super cute gesture. I was touched. But that was it. That was the full extent of her contribution. And keep in mind, none of the other girls were bridesmaids. They came because they love me and wanted to support me. She never suggested the using sheet masks. We never brought them up again. Never suggested that we take a shot with the tequila bottles. She just used hers to make her own drinks mid-trip while we were drinking wine. I noticed the coloring books and markers in her luggage towards the end of the trip. She never took them out or told me that she had them. On night 3, we stayed in. Uber Eats, relaxing, everyone was tired and happy to chill. Maid of Honor knew that I wanted at least one night like this. So at around 8:30 p.m., I was sitting on the couch with wine. One friend was reading, and the rest, including the Maid of Honor, were on their phones. We had all showered and had been winding down, but by now it was almost 2 hours of winding down. I was waiting for something. A game, an activity, a toast, a let's talk about the wedding, anything, but nothing happened. I stepped outside for some air, and she came with me to smoke. She asked what was wrong. I said, "The mood feels weird. Everyone's kind of doing their own thing." And she agreed. "Yeah, why isn't anyone putting their phones away?" "Yeah, maybe they're waiting for you to take the lead. You are the Maid of Honor." And she got awkward. I asked, "Aren't we playing games?" And she asked, "Did you want to? I didn't realize that you wanted to." I said, "If you weren't sure, why did you ask?" And she just sort of apologized, and that was that. But I fully brought up the games from Amazon before the trip, and Bachelorette games were normal. None of what I said in that convo was said in a harsh or aggressive way. I was tiptoeing, but gentle, especially because I went into it still not fully accepting the fact that she had no plans. I was just confused. But from then on, she withdrew. She wasn't withdrawn up to this point, but my more extroverted from was taking more of the social lead. However, she was engaged in joking around with everyone, but was not leading anything. wasn't initiating anything, was following behind. Anyways, the energy continued to feel off after the night. My other friend tried to joke around and keep things light. But of course, they didn't have activities planned. They weren't the maid of honor, and even on the bridal party, I found out later that she never contacted them before the trip at all. Not even a, "Hey, can't wait." They're my friends from other parts of my life, but she's known them all for years, and met on multiple occasions over the past decade. I found out from the rest of them that they were so confused as to why there wasn't a group chat or any communications from her. But they didn't want to overstep and assumed that she just had everything under control and planned out. On night 4, I ended up asking everyone if we could do a karaoke on the TV just so that we'd have something to do. Even though she could tell that I was disappointed, she didn't step up or try to turn things around. After we got back, I confided in one of the girls about how I felt. She told me that the maid of honor had been talking bad stuff about my high school friend on the trip, and also said, after I expressed being hurt about the lack of planning, "Is it my job to amp people up? What was I supposed to do? Tell friend to put her book down? I didn't realize I was supposed to be a cruise director." I'm devastated. I know some people on Reddit will say the maid of honor doesn't have to plan things, but in my social culture, they do. And I was so thoughtful about not putting a financial pressure on her, and I handled all of the complicated logistics with the Airbnb bookings, flights, etc. I communicated clearly that I wanted that she could help with. Girly bonding nights in, nothing lavish, just effort. If she didn't know what to do, she could have asked. If she felt overwhelmed, she could have said so. If she needed help, she could have Googled, used ChatGPT, which I know that she uses daily, or even asked one of the other girls. And it's not like this came out of nowhere. We've talked months ago about fun things to do, and she was excited. Okay, so you asked her to be your maid of honor and everything. Okay, so she asked you what type of vibe you wanted. You want a nice, cozy, chilling vibe. And then you got upset when that actually became the vibe. Did I miss something here? And also, if you're planning a vacation involving other people, it is actually good for you to plan the vacation, not hope that they plan things for you. Whatever the culture thing you say for yourself, it still feels weird when you say, "Hey, yes, I want to plan a 3-week vacation out of the country, and I want to invite these people, but I want the people invited to be the ones to plan the trip." But that does not make any sense at all. Am I missing something about this maid of honor stuff? Am I the a-hole for calling my boyfriend's friend a redacted? I'm a 20-year-old female, and just for context, both my boyfriend and I are international students in the US. I met him a couple of years ago in my home country, and we didn't expect to stay together since I was leaving for the US in a few months, and he was just visiting family. We quickly realized that we had a lot in common, especially in relationships. He told me that he had 2 female best friends, but since we were just getting to know each other, I didn't say much. Although I did express that I believed a girlfriend should be her boyfriend's best friend, and he agreed. Since he moved around a lot due to his dad's job, his best friends aren't local, and I moved to another country too. I've tried to stay in touch with them, texting on birthdays or special occasions, but they never reciprocate. One of them has had a boyfriend for years, but the other, who he once hooked up with, has always made me uncomfortable. We broke up a while ago after being together for 2 years. During that time, he posted pictures on Instagram, and he commented, "Hottie." I was upset, but didn't respond since we weren't together. We got back together after 3 months, which allowed us to reset boundaries. I told him that I was upset about that comment and didn't trust her. It felt weird since she knows that we've been together for almost 3 years, and she has never tried to connect with me. At first, he understood, but later, when we argued again, and I called her an S, he got mad and said that I was overreacting. I know that she's not that, but I don't think her behavior as a friend is acceptable. especially given our recent breakup and possible reconciliation. It is strange that she has never tried to talk to me, yet she posts old pictures with him, reminiscing about the past. He agrees that he wouldn't like it if the roles were reversed, but he claims that they only talk on special occasions. And since they don't even live in the same country and he's dating me, they are not that close anymore. To add to context, 3 years before me, he was in a relationship with his ex. Right before they broke up, she expressed jealousy about his friendship with this girl. They broke up, and soon after, he kissed her. She wanted more, but he told her that he just broke up and wasn't interested. They stayed friends, and they eventually started dating someone. A few months before we broke up, she did too. So, it's odd that she commented hottie on his picture, especially given their history. Am I the a-hole for calling her an S and not trusting her? But with that, that is going to have to be with the video. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you guys have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye!